Okay, my name is DJ Qualls, and I am the lead of The Finger. I am the only person actually in The Finger.
Other than The Finger?
Oh. Yeah. It's all one actor piece. Well, no, there's a man at my door that has one line.
Oh, nice.
But that was part of what drew me to this project, because it's basically 39 pages of solo dialogue delivered mostly to camera. And they offered it to me 3 days before it shot, and I was supposed to be flying and fitting, so I had very little time to prep. Initially, my initial thing was turning it down, and then I was like, why? It's really well written. Don't try it. I got the schedule sent to me and sat down with it, and I was like, if I can memorize 12 pages before I go to bed tonight, I'll take it. And I did, and it was easy to memorize because it's really well written. It was so fun, and it was a great challenge. And Greg, I don't know if I can say this. He's made this beautiful puppet that I get to act off of. He's like a model maker, special effects master. It was pretty fucking cool.
So how do you memorize 12 pages in a day?
Well, usually when you get a lot of dialogue to memorize, there's somebody else doing it with you, so you have vocal cues. How are you? I'm fine. Like, it makes sort of sense. And they always lie. When there's something hard to memorize, like, you know what, we're going to work with you, it's going to be fine. You get there and you don't know your lines, and you're an asshole. Like, you're unprofessional, and they're like, God, this guy, was he drinking? Like, that kind of stuff. So I knew if I didn't know it, if it was going to be hard. Also, you don't want to, like, Hollywood tends to be kind of cunty in a way that, like, when things get canceled, people have glee about it, you know what I mean? Like, people sort of delight in other people's failures, but, like, it's my biggest nightmare to show up on your set and let you down, because people don't realize that it took 2 years to get this show greenlit, and this is somebody's dream, and this is a director who's, like, away from his family, and, like, 100 crew people. So I feel a lot of pressure when I'm working, because also people, like, everybody wants to feel proud of what they do, and what I do is a representation of what they're doing. And so I feel I carry that with me for everything I do, and I want to be good. And so I try not to take things that I feel that I can't rise to. And I've only taken one job, and I won't mention it. It was on Big Bang Theory that I shouldn't have taken. That's not me. That presentational style of acting is so not me. And I took it and regretted. I cried the night. I remember driving to Warner Brothers, praying to God, and I don't do that there would be a fire at Warner Brothers, and then there was. Isn't that crazy? Don't fuck with me.
Wow. Well, there goes my question.
But it didn't. It wasn't big enough for it to delay taping.
That's funny. So, with a franchise like Creepshow, you got. Well, you're no stranger to people recognizing, like, super fans.
No, dude. It's so funny because, like, what's patting my own back? I almost said sucking my own dick, but not patting myself on the back. Acknowledging that you're recognizable, and, like, like, famous actors will tell me that I'm more recognizable than them because nobody's walking around with this nose to ear ratio. Like, I have a lot of cartilage that's specific to my face, and it doesn't mean that I think that I'm an awesome guy. I have a recognizable face, like, and people forget that, and I forget it. Like, we took the wrong route today, and I walked past the Hard Rock to get here, and I was delayed by 20 minutes. Like, you forget that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dope because they're responding to you, but you have to check yourself because it has nothing to do with me. Somebody else wrote it, somebody else directed it, the color corrected it. I showed up and did my best. But it's really a production medium, like this kind of entertainment. Mm-hmm. And I recognize that. Like, and sometimes, like, I'll have, like, when things are hard at work, I'm like, I bought my house from fucking pretending. Like, children do that. Relax.
Yeah.
It's not, you know what I mean? Keep your ego in check. And that will hold you in good stead. I do think it's an art. I think that it's hard. I think that actors are able to do certain things that normal people can't do as easily. Like, I can cry on a dime. Like that sort of emotional control, I have it in spades. I think it makes you crazy, But if I can do that, I should be paid for it. And thank God that I found a job to do it.
Actors being crazy, I've never heard that one before.
Dude, my buddy just started dating an actress, and I'm like, you know me and all my friends, what are you doing? Like, this will not end well for you, I promise. I'm so don't like, it's not that I don't like actors. I think you dislike the things in people that you don't like about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, that sort of like insecure bullshit we're all dragging around with us. But I remember my sister when she was 15, she told me she wanted to be an actor, and I started crying at Thanksgiving dinner, and I was like, Megan, you're smarter than that.
So you've got a very distinct and distinguished visage, as you were alluding to before.
Yeah.
Are there any characters that you would like to play that you think people wouldn't expect of you?
You know what's interesting? Like, people remember my early work, the comedy work, and like the teen comedies and stuff that I did, they changed my life. I literally went from working as a paralegal in a personal injury law firm. Like, if you've been injured in an accident, I would send your ass to a chiropractor to try to get you a settlement. I went from that 6 months later, to doing a movie. 6 months after that, I was on the Tonight Show. So I can't crap on that early stuff at all. But it's interesting because a lot of people, even though they'll see me in like a Hustle and Flow or Breaking Bad, or I was the first ever killer on Criminal Minds, they'll see me in that kind of stuff, and I'll do it well, I think, and get good notices for it. But they can't remember that work. They only remember the other stuff. I get to do the coolest shit. I haven't done a comedy in like fucking 7 years. I get to do the coolest stuff. I get to be creepy, and I get to be the everyman and the good guy. So there's really no specific role, I think, or kind of part. You know what I never will do? I will never play a father of 5 children who's happily married in a Lifetime movie. They wouldn't cast me in that. I wouldn't do it. But, I see my friends whose careers are having moments, and everybody's career slides a bit at some point. For whatever reason, and they'll do a Hallmark movie or whatever, and there's merit in that. People love them. But that's completely closed off to me because of how I look. And that's okay because it's not my thing. I'm not a 22-episode television guy. I think seeing me 22 times in one season is too much. I'm a lot, and visually and personality-wise. I think 13 times a year is as much as you need to see me in any one project. And that fits my personality also. You know what I would love to do more than anything, though? I cannot stand musicals. I remember I was doing press for something in London, and they took us to see Mamma Mia. And it was such a nice thing to do when we were third row center, and the cast we were there, and they were jazz handing it for us. And 10 minutes into it, I was like, I gotta get out of here. Singing drives me fucking nuts. I'm like, just say it. Just say you need to go to the store and buy a loaf of bread. Don't fucking sing it. Just say it. It drives me nuts. But I want to do Little Shop of Horrors on Broadway. I want to play Senor Krellborn. I loved it since I was a little boy. Rick Moranis was so good in it. I want to play that part on Broadway so badly. And I would do, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I was offered that in the West End and couldn't do it because of the scheduling conflict. I want to play Billy Bibbit in that. Or any cool, I love doing horror things because they shoot at night. And a lot of actors hate night shoots. I love them because it feels like summer camp. You wake up at 3 p.m., you go to work at 5, and you stay until 7 a.m. It's like a sleepover. And that's my normal clock. Anyway, if you let me alone long enough, I'm going to bed around that 7, 8 o'clock in the morning and sleeping all day. I love doing horror movies because of that. And all the cool shit happens at night. And it makes it more believable for you. And I love fake blood. I wish I could show you this great photo that I have on my phone of toward the end of my episode. We got my.
You can totally show us.
You do it.
Can I really?
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody can fucking see this. Okay. Anyway, keep talking. And wait, I have to keep talking. Where's my phone? Oh, here it is. So this is what it's like to direct me, by the way. And Greg realized that I'm not talking to anyone in particular. I'm walking around, okay, I need to sit here and do this thing over there. My whole life is like that, spoken out loud. But look at this. It shows you what a fucking master Greg Nicotero is. And he can do a lot with $5 worth of merchandise. Fake blood and that Z Nation. It's really cool. Anyway, keep asking me questions. I can do two things at once.
What's your favorite role you've ever done?
I was on a show for 2 years called Legit with this comedian named Jim Jeffries.
I'm familiar.
Okay, it's the best thing I've ever done. I played a guy with advanced stage muscular dystrophy.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask specifically about
Oh,
that.
look at my mummy mask, dude. I bought an ancient Egyptian mummy mask.
Wow.
I really love ancient Egyptian shit. And it's legal. It came into America in 1948 before the 1970 law. I'm really careful about that kind of shit. But I love old stuff, and people don't realize how affordable antiquities are. Because they're not rare. Like, everybody who was buried for or entombed for 4,000 years in Egypt had all the same shit. And the thing is, they want the stuff made out of gold, not the stuff made out of wood and the stuff that's sort of falling apart. So they don't care that you have that. And it's good because you're taking care of it. I don't know where this is. What month is this?
This is now July, yeah.
I don't remember when it was. That's me wearing a top hat. You know what's funny? Do you guys have this when you give your phone to somebody to look at a photo? And probably not so much with women, but men definitely. I'm like, if you swipe one picture over,
Don't do it.
you're going to be seeing my dick.
As a woman, we're going to get those pictures that you guys have saved in your phone, so yes, it's the same thing.
I've never sent an
Careful.
unsolicited dick pic in my life.
Oh, I've never sent somebody. Like, here's the thing. The only dick pics I've ever sent have been people who've asked for them.
Committed relationships.
Yeah.
Like, there's-
Or
I
for
don't
humor, with friends.
Oh yeah, your bros. Yeah.
Yeah.
All my bros have seen it.
Dude, I've seen my buddy Ty. He's on Supernatural with me. Ty Olson's dick more than I've seen my own. He can't stop showing it to me. I don't know where this is. Oh, there's a random dick though. Who's that? Oh, that's my buddy.
Saw Misha Collins' dick here in the Creepshow press room.
Dude, no shit.
Supernatural fans. 10 million views.
I don't remember where it is, but it's really fucking good. But it shows you. It sort of shows you the show.
Yeah, I think we're going to switch here soon, but I just wanted to ask real quick, you know, you played that character on Legit with muscular dystrophy. Do you have a particular affinity towards that community now? What's the reception you got from it?
Dude, it was so great. So initially when I first signed on to do that part, I got a lot of backlash.
Right.
Because they're like, why not have an actor that has muscular dystrophy play the part? And I get it. But the thing is, we shoot for like 14 hours at a time. And also our locations weren't accessible a lot. And so, like, Venice Beach is not a very accessible sand, right? And so, but when I started doing it, we got a lot of fans with muscular dystrophy who were watching the show, and we started being friends with them. And also, half of our actors on the show had some sort of disability. And so, this kid named Turbo him and I became like pen pals or Twitter buddies, and it sort of kept him alive, and he died right after the show was canceled. And it was sort of his thing that he looked forward to. And I mourned the shit out of that guy. But what a great experience to be able to have that impact on somebody's life, because when I was little I had cancer, and all I wanted was to talk to somebody who sort of tried to empathize with me and not made me feel sick.
Yeah.
Anyway, bye, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.